Hey, it's DBJ. This house rule is about reverse initiative. Um, it's most games have a initiative order. One person goes first, who's usually the fastest, and then it goes downhill to the slowest individual. And this actually comes from DC's Mayfair system, exponential system, also a Blood of Heroes. And there was a comment made by someone else. I'll give a shout out below in the comment section. But essentially what it is the slowest person declares what they're going to do first, and you go slowest person to the fastest, and then the fastest person actually takes their action. And this can be kind of slow, especially when you've got 5 players, maybe 8 NPCs doing things, a lot of creatures running around and stuff like that. But it tended to work pretty smoothly in my group. Usually the declaration of it is vague. I attack, I'm going to dodge, I'm going to pick up something, I'm going to run to the left, things like that. And the reason for having reversed initiative declaration would be that it benefits the fastest individual. If you just go from the person who acts first and go downhill, essentially, yes, the person who acts first has an advantage, but each person after that gets to assess the actions of each individual until their turn. If you do reverse declaration, the slowest person has to announce. Let me give you an example. There's a gun on the ground, there's you and the bad guy, and you're both equal distance. Okay, well, if you have the initiative, you can go ahead and jump after it. So, if you lose it, what happens? So, both of you roll initiative, all right? You lose the initiative, so you declare what you're going to do first, and you say, I'm going to jump after the gun. The bad guy now knows you're going to go after the gun and goes first and says, instead, I'm going to run out the door. Now, the player now has the option of changing their action with a penalty to then change their action and go towards the door. And this is kind of a variation off of the attack of opportunity, in the sense that you have 2 individuals fighting. Let's say a knight is fighting a demon, and there's a hobgoblin's going to run past him. You have this attack of opportunity. Instead, the hobgoblin may be the slowest and say, hey, he's going to run past the knight and the demon. And then the demon might be the second slowest, and the demon is just like, well, he's just going to attack the knight. Now the knight, who may be the fastest, can say, okay, the hobgoblin's going to run by, I'm going to change my action and actually stop the hobgoblin, like an attack of opportunity. Or, if the knight is the slowest, the knight says, I'm going to attack the demon. Demon attacks the knight. The hobgoblin tries to run by. So as the hobgoblin runs by, the knight now has to change their action, possibly taking a penalty, to go after them. So it's reverse declaration and then go in order. And I know it sounds kind of complicated, and I might end up having to do another video on this. But it became a house rule for us, because we used to do it for DC Heroes. Old DC Heroes system that I still use today. Blood of Heroes, expanded version of the same rule set. And it sounds like it's slower, but it tends to make more sense, because after you declare your action, when things start to happen, when you change your actions, we always applied a very minimal penalty to change your action if it's very dramatic. And usually we make a broad action. I will attack, I will dodge, I will move, I will pick up, things like that. I will heal, I will hide. And if you change your action beyond a major attack, like I'm going to swing my sword, well, we don't usually give a penalty if you're going to swing your sword at something, so it's going to be attacking you. But if you go from, well, instead of hiding, I will now pull a oil of slipperiness out of my bag, that's a huge change of action, and we usually give a penalty or something. So anyway, I hope this was explained a house rule for reverse declaration, but thanks a lot for listening, and as always, create, don't destroy.